psychoanalytic theory and his use of early childhood events. Adler chose to base his theory from a social constructivist approach, while Freud utilized a determinist perspective. Adler experienced a difficult and sickly childhood. His strenuous childhood was the reason behind his interest with early childhood events and how they currently affect a person. He believed a person shapes their own life fate and that it is not predetermined. Adler began his work as an ophthalmologist. Then he transitioned to general medicine. From there, he changed to neurology and finally psychiatry. He was the first psychiatrist to use group methods in a systematic format. The Adlerian Theory was goal-oriented by guiding members while moving towards an envisioned purpose. The Adlerian approach is a growth model, stating our destiny is never fixed because we are always in the process of becoming. The theory has been applied to a diversity of clients of all ages and in many different settings. It focuses on the social determinants of behavior rather than the biological aspects, and is goal-oriented rather than focusing on the origins of the past. Adler's system emphasizes consciousness and self-determinance, while Freud stressed the unconscious. Adler believes that people are motivated by social forces and striving to achieve goals.
Adlerian believed we are creative, active, choice and meaning-making beings whose actions have a purpose and are directed toward a goal. Our thoughts, feelings, behavioral patterns, beliefs, attitudes, traits, and characteristics express our individuality. Adler was an early proponent of positive psychology, helping people learn better ways to meet challenging life tasks by providing direction and offering encouragement. He also believed individuals are creative, active, and self-determining beings. Also, members need to express social interest, as Adler believed people often find solutions to their problems in a group setting. Adler believed a client can more fully recognize their strengths and weaknesses when they understand the functioning of their family and their role within the family.
Adler broke his theory down into 4 stages. Stage 1, forming a relationship. 2, assessment. 3, awareness and insight. And 4, reorientation and re-education. The theory was socially constructed, systematic, and used in brief approaches based on a holistic model.
Stage 1 focuses on establishing positive therapeutic relationships with a spirit of mutual respect and engagement between equals. There is a sense of agency in expressing oneself in a safe space of the group. Members are encouraged to be active in the process as they are responsible for their own participation and growth in the group. In addition, the group avoids ground rules and instead create group agreements.
Stage 2 assesses the member's social and personal history. Understanding one's style of life and how it affects how they are currently functioning is the aim for this stage. The leader explores how members are functioning at work and in social situations, how they feel about themselves, and their gender role identities. Stage 2 heavily explores the members' family constellations, stressing what the family was like when they were younger and how the family style of life was established. This stage explores early recollections of a memory from before the member was 10 years old. These memories act as metaphors for current views and functions.
Stage 3 focuses on a foundation for change, and it is essential that awareness leads to constructive movement toward goals. Change begins with person-centered awareness, but also involves recognition that each group member has options and choices regarding perception and behavior. Interacting within the group is ideal for helping members learn about themselves as awareness is increased by the support and feedback of other members. Interpretation fosters the process of gaining insight into the person's lifestyle and deals with members' underlying motives for behaving the way they do.
Stage 4 is attempting to aid members in reorienting unproductive life patterns and teach members how to collaboratively interact and how to become effective in dealing with life tasks. During this process, members shift their views to their current situation and reflect on how things could be different. They also learn how to identify characteristics associated with their troublesome behaviors and emotions. Encouragement is used during this process to enable members to create new patterns of behavior and to develop strengths and assets.
Group leaders believe that all group members deserve equal rights and opportunities. They foster relationships between group members as well as the relationship between group member and leader. The leader needs to have a clear sense of their own identity, beliefs, and feelings. Group leaders demonstrate skills to the group such as risk-taking, encouraging, confidence, and the courage to be imperfect. In turn, this encourages the group members to learn and utilize these skills.
The Adlerian Theory can be used when conducting multiple types of therapies. The therapies tend to emphasize different factors depending on the client populations. When used in schools, the focus is on how adolescents lack sense of purpose. Individual therapy focuses on the individual's prohibiting behaviors and feelings. Couples and family therapy emphasize the social factors within the client's life and their effects on producing positive relationships. Within multicultural groups, the emphasis is on understanding the individual within a social context in regards to their cultural values and beliefs. When working with the elderly, the aim is on revealing significant insights to an individual's outlook on life, self, and others, and the opportunity to interact.
Some of the procedures used in the Adlerian Theory are birth order, style of life, the question, and acting as if. Adler believed that a child's personality is largely shaped by his or her chronological place in the family because parents tend to treat children differently according to the order of their birth, which can affect their life. Birth order refers to 4 basic positions of a child: oldest, middle, youngest, and only. Each position has personality traits and dynamics that reflect how their position is carried out in the person's childhood. It is further shaped by the way a child's parents and siblings have an effect on them. Adler believes that a person's siblings have just as much influence on his or her experiences and worldviews as the person's parents. Birth order can give people important clues about their personalities, their relationships with friends, co-workers, and their loved ones. It can give clues about the kind of job a person may be good at and how they might handle different problems they may come across in their lifetime. A person's personality is cemented by the choices they make in responding to their family, siblings, and environment that surrounds them.
The style of life is also known as the story of our life, which is a person's orientation towards living socially. It is believed that the way a person moves towards their life goals is characterized by their lifestyles. This is thought to be the blueprint of how a person deals with life tasks and challenges. No two people's style of life is the exact same. Lifestyles are formatted by experiences with the family.
The question Adler asked is this: what would you be like if you were well? DeShazer called it the miracle question. This question is indicative of the purpose and direction of the symptom. For example, if a client were to say, "I'd have more friends if my anxiety wasn't so bad," what would we conclude? That the anxiety was serving the purpose of justifying a lack of success, a fear of failure, or a lack of friendship. This gives the client and leader a good starting point if the client so chooses to change.
During the group sessions, the leader asked the members to act as if they were already the person that they would like to be. Acting this way helps to challenge self-limiting assumptions. Members are expected to try on this new role, kind of like how they would try on new clothes. Acting in this new role is intended on bringing out the person's strengths, assets, and abilities. This technique aids members to shift their focus from the current situation to where they would like to be.
Within the Adlerian Theory, there is an integrative nature and a wide variety of techniques for group leaders to utilize and explore. The use of early recollection is key to understanding how we see ourselves in the world and what we value in life. What we foster from the past reflects on how we behave in the present and what we anticipate from the future. Leaders have freedom in choosing their therapeutic approach and are able to specifically address clients presenting problems and needs. Adler wanted to create a sense of equality between clinician and patient and therefore favored 2 chairs rather than the symbolic couch. This was not just a sense of equality, but also fostered the relationship between the clinician and patient.
Some of the limitations to using the Adlerian theory is that some of the topics covered within the stages may not be directly linked to the members presenting problems, and they may not appreciate covering those topics. For example, childhood experiences. Members may not feel as though they need to reflect on their childhood for current issues. Some members could possibly be offended by some of the strategies used because of their own cultural beliefs. Many leaders will make mistakes when it comes to the structure of this theory. Often leaders will skip stages or rearrange the order of which they do the stages. This is a problem because the stages are set up in an order which is most beneficial to the client. Leaders who are used to using more structured groups may find it difficult incorporating the procedures used to understand the member's lifestyle and demonstrating how past experiences are currently affecting the way they are functioning. Many of these leaders want to stick to the structure instead of utilizing other procedures mentioned to help gather crucial information.
In conclusion, the Adlerian theory is a holistic, goal-oriented approach where an individual's motivation is in striving for greater success, social connection with others, a sense of belonging, contributions to society, encouragement, beliefs, and perceptions. Also reframing the attitudes, beliefs, and lifestyle choices that block success so that the person is more effective in reaching their desired goals. Adlerians believe that if clients can change their thinking, then they can change their feelings and behavior. Adler once said, "Since true happiness is inseparable from the feeling of giving, it is clear that a social person is much closer to happiness than the isolated person striving for superiority. Individual psychology has very clearly pointed out that everyone who is deeply unhappy, the neurotic and the desolate person, stem from among those who were deprived in their younger years of being able to develop the feeling of community, the courage, the optimism, and the self-confidence that comes directly from the sense of belonging. The sense of belonging that cannot be denied anyone, against which there are no arguments, can only be won by being involved, by cooperating and experiencing, and by being useful to others. Out of this emerges a lasting, genuine feeling of worthiness."